even though the K.H.M.H is a statutory board, we are a part of the government.
Yeah.
We are here to provide for the people of Belize. Having said that, at the start of the COVID pandemic, there was a meeting that involved several parties, including the Ministry of Health, the Labor Department, the Karl Heusner Workers Union, which was an ad hoc committee at that time. And the purpose was to try and prevent exactly this scenario, where there would be a demand that might not be met in terms of the provision of supplies and in terms of the monies needed to fight COVID. And I think that came from a historic situation where Karl Heusner would oftentimes be faced with inadequate flow of supplies, but also it was in the context of a labor dispute with regards to the increment and to the raise of pay that was due. But additionally to that, of course, the prospect that with the looming financial crisis brought on by COVID, that intense measures would need to be taken, including possibly pay cuts. And the responsible persons at that time foresaw that possibility and tried to get ahead of things by making sure that efficiencies were set in place to try and minimize wastage and also to ensure that the flow of funds, the commitment from central government would be there. It was agreed that central government would assume full responsibility for bearing the cost of COVID-19.
Wow.
And also that the subvention would not be touched, provided, of course, that Karl Heusner would be able to be efficient in what it did then and what it would do going into the future. I think that certainly to a large part, the foresight should have meant a smooth delivery of the process. Nevertheless, we know that COVID has created lots of novel and new situations, so you have to give a little bit of leeway in terms of unexpected developments. Certainly, the advent of the Delta variant with the large numbers of patients that it brought, the large number of deaths that it caused, that was one of those unexpected situations. And so the system needs to be a little bit more flexible, a little bit more responsive in terms of these kinds of events. And I'll tell you, there are countries that are in their 4th, 5th waves and so on. Don't think that we are so special that we will necessarily be able to avoid further waves. No?